Okay, hey guys, so what we're gonna do today is we are going to be making a sugar skull. You're gonna have really big paper. I'm gonna do it on small paper so you can see a little bit better, but this is kind of what we're going for. And you also have these awesome handouts on your table for more ideas. But the first thing we're gonna talk about is these bingo daubers that you have on your table. Now, I know that you haven't used these before, and that's okay. So these have India ink in them. Okay, so it has a little bit of water and India ink. So it's kind of like a permanent marker, but it can get really messy and crazy if you don't use it correctly. So it has a little bingo dauber on the top. That's gonna help me draw. And then I can turn it over and I can start to draw immediately. What I don't wanna do is super squeeze this, because then I can make a huge blot and then it gets crazy and then ink goes everywhere and then my painting is a mess. So only squeeze just a tiny bit when you need a little bit more. Okay, if you press down really hard, you're gonna get a big ink blot. You also don't want to do that. The ink will start coming out. Just be patient, okay? So you're gonna draw your skull with a pencil first. I'm gonna do it with permanent marker so you can see it, and then we're gonna add the bingo dauber next. Okay, I'm trying to find a permanent marker that is going to show. Okay. So this is my paper. You have a really huge paper. I'm just gonna put my finger in the middle because that's where I want my eyes to go. And I'm just gonna start with big curved circles for my eye sockets. And then I'm gonna flip it around so I can draw the nose. It's kind of like a heart shape. I kind of make it a little bit rounder. Flip it back around, and I'm gonna start to make the cheek bones. So sometimes I like to draw with my finger first to make sure I know where the line is going. So I want it to go down around the eye and come in about the length of the nose, but only about halfway in to my eye. So halfway there, come in, come back out for the cheek. And I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. So it's gonna land on the same spot. All right, 2 lines down, and then you're gonna do a curved line because that's where we're gonna put the teeth. You also have oh, you don't have to do that with permanent marker, sorry. I'm filling stuff in thinking that's what we're doing, but we're not. So you're just doing this with a pencil. Don't worry about filling that in. I'm gonna make a couple straight lines because these are gonna be my teeth, and I'm just gonna make some rounded mountains to connect them. The bottom and the top. Oop, that's a big one. It's all right. It's fun because all of ours are gonna look so different. Okay, I'm gonna jump back up to the head, and I'm gonna go from the cheekbone to the cheekbone for the top of your skull. And then I'm gonna go from cheekbone to cheekbone for the bottom chin area. Okay, and then our skull is ready to be traced with our bingo dauber. So what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna turn it over and I'm just gonna press just slightly. See how it did that crazy ink blot? But the cool thing is I'm gonna do this entire eye so I'm just getting it started. I'm not giving any pressure to the bingo dauber right now. I'm just painting with it. I'm not adding any pressure. If I feel like it's getting a little bit dry, I'm just gonna squeeze just a little bit. And I'm also gonna make details with my bingo dauber. So I can add florals. You can look at the examples on your table for some fun designs. Your nose is also black. Then since my line, see how I didn't push down too hard there? I'm showing you that that is not the line you want. This is the line you want. So just a little bit of pressure, not a lot of pressure, okay? And then maybe I'm gonna make a floral design, or maybe I want some designs around my eye. You definitely want to make some closed shapes, because what we're gonna do, and this is okay that this ink did this, I can still draw over there. You want to make some very significant shapes because we're gonna paint this with the neon paint and they're gonna look amazing. But you wanna have some shapes that you can actually like paint in. Some friends yesterday were not making very many shapes to color in, and then it was hard for them when they wanted to paint because they wanted a really fun rainbow skeleton, and they couldn't because they didn't have much spaces to paint in. So really look at those examples on your paper, on your table I mean, and try to figure out where you can add some fun designs. Okay, and then you're gonna get the neon paint. Now, if I have a big craziness right here that I made a mistake, don't go paint over there yet. Start on this side where it's more dry and start to fill in the neon paint. You're gonna have only this class period to do it, so you do need to move a little bit quick. This is the neon paint. Remember that you do not want it to have water, so I'm going to dry off my brush with a paper towel, so I have a very dry brush. This is Tempera neon paint, and so I don't want any water, and I'm just gonna go slow. You really only need a little bit of paint because it really spreads really nicely. And I'm just gonna fill in all of these designs, making it really colorful and beautiful. I like to go around a couple different places with the same color so I don't have to switch out, or I'm not cleaning my brush every 5 seconds. I'm going in a couple different places. This is also an easy way to paint quicker, is if you go around with one color. So see how I touch that? Oh, I need it to be a little bit, have more time. And then you can just fill the sky with all the colors that you want. Have fun.